Okay, so far what we have seen is if you are given the angle, you can find the trig ratio. So this is what's happening. You're given angle and you can find the trig ratio, and you can find this in two different ways. You can use triangles, and you can use calculator. And now we ask the opposite question. It's like, given a ratio, how to find the angle. Okay, in order to do this, we use something called inverse functions. Okay, so example, for sine, the inverse is sine to the negative 1, which you read as inverse sine or sine inverse. Okay, similarly for cosine, it's cosine inverse, and for tangent is tangent inverse. Now on your calculator, you will see the three buttons: sine, cosine, tangent, and right above that, in a different colored ink, maybe green, maybe blue, you're going to see sine inverse, cosine inverse, tangent inverse. Okay, that's how it looks like on my calculator here. Pick it up. So you've got sine, cosine, tangent, and right above it, sine inverse, cosine inverse, tangent inverse. And you would have the second button which has the same color as the font color for the inverse things, right? Second. So you use the second, or in some calculators it might be written as shift button to access this. Now this is how we solve this. So example, let's say you're given that sine of theta is 0.73 and you're asked to find theta. So first you understand that what's given is the ratio, and you're asked to find the angle. So this means you have to use inverse, because you're trying to find the angle from the ratio. How we write this, the next step here is we write theta equals sine inverse of whatever that number is, 0.73, and we plug it exactly like that into the calculator. See, I go second, and sine gives me sine inverse 0.71, and I get 45 point, and this I'm going to round to hundreds, and it comes out to 45.23 degrees. Okay, let's look at another example. Let's say I'm given cosine theta equals 0.1123. Then I have theta equals cosine inverse of 0.1123, and I plug it in exactly the same way. Cosine inverse 0.1123. That's 83.55. So that is 83.55 degrees. Okay. So once again, you will notice that you only have the buttons for let's see, sine inverse, cosine inverse, and tangent inverse. So question is, what about the other three ratios? I'm going to cover that in the next video.